So hi, we're on the Good Noise Podcast with Brady Matteson. We're going to ask some questions today. I'm going to start. So what inspired you to start making music?
What inspired me to make music? Well, I grew up playing drums. I started playing drums when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I started picking up stuff towards middle school, like the rest of the instruments in the world. In middle school, I started picking up guitar, and around the start of high school, I listened to a lot of Nine Inch Nails. I still do, and decided, well, I don't know what I want to do, and electronic music seems like something I want to kind of try and dip my toes into, and so I did. And it's
Solid.
been amazing.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. So congrats on your newest releases, Thought Journal and Sleeper. How
Thank
do you
you.
feel about the response to the two so far?
I'm sorry, how have I, what?
How do you feel about the response to the two releases so far?
Surprised, because it was a really different avenue from the usual sound of my main project, and it was not something I expected people to be kind of open arms receiving about it, just like, hey, this is cool, that's nice, and I was surprised at the response it got and the attention that it got too. Like, I got interviewed for it, which was for a Thought Journal back in December, and that was really weird and kind of cool. And Sleeper was kind of done in that same session time, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll put it out. Should I let it wait a little bit longer? And then I remembered, oh yeah, Bandcamp Friday, let's do that.
Yeah. So it's just like a spur of the moment, just like, hey, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I had still put a lot of time and thought into the music side of things, of course, and I was just kind of debating whether or not, oh, should I wait? And I decided, no, let's just put it out.
Okay. That's
Valid.
Yeah.
So are there any meaning behind those two album names?
Nothing direct. Thought Journal, kind of, I feel like they're two sides of the same coin. I recently started writing about my experiences writing and working on a lot of the albums that I've put out under my own my main project and my solo stuff. And there wasn't any direct meaning behind those names, but I feel like they're kind of, two sides of the same coin in that regard. They've even got like a similar structure to them in a lot of ways, and they're kind of opposites. I feel like Thought Journal is the noisier half of the sound that I wanted to pursue, and then Sleeper is more the mellow aspect that I kind of went into on Thought Journal, but didn't fully dive into. And then Sleeper was the opposite, where it was the more chill stuff and then like a little bit of noise.
Yeah. Okay. Was there a reason why you decided to separate the two like sounds, I guess? And will your next release be like a blend of them or like a third version?
As far as like a third version goes, I've kind of been focusing on the main project right now. I kind of wanted to step back a little bit from the solo stuff, because I ended up doing a lot more during those sessions, recording that stuff from home, than I anticipated. And I'm just kind of stepping back and looking at the pieces and trying to figure out what might work together and what ideas I could probably expand on. And as far as like the sorry, I'm blanking here for a second.
Oh, it's okay.
But I feel like I kind of did I make that clear? I don't know. Did I kind of make that clear a little bit?
Will your next release be like a blend if you're planning on doing another release? That was the final
Maybe. I feel
Okay.
like that's I don't know. I feel like that would have to I feel like I'd have to step back for a second, because right now the main focus is working on my main project's next EP and our next album, but that's a little while away.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then speaking of thought journal, it's just gonna be a flat out question. Why did you choose to open up the album with a 6-minute song? That's like a really bold choice, and it caught me off guard. So,
I'm one of those types that likes to let the music breathe. I like when albums go in like when they kind of throw you into the middle of stuff. And with what Thought Journal and even Sleeper did, like Sleeper had an even longer opening track that was like 7 minutes.
yeah.
Jesus.
That's funny. I normally don't get. I try to keep it in mind when it comes to like, am I using my time well? Am I using my time well? And that's something I really value in music. Is this using the 6 or 7 minutes appropriately? Am I feeling like, okay, this is dragging a little bit? And I feel like it's more of just like that decision to have that sort of like massive, like just wall of sound kind of envelop you in the first moments of the album, just kind of felt natural. That was the first song I created out of those sessions, and it felt kind of like the perfect stage setter for what ended up happening with the rest of the album, where it kind of took the more beat oriented turn towards the second half.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Alright.
makes sense. That's fair.
Makes sense. So where was your headspace at while you were writing this album or creating it? Both of them,
Well,
I should say.
both of them. So my main project, Vanity Contest, we did a summer of soundtrack work for a YouTube channel called Revere Beware, and it was 3 volumes, and it was a great experience. But considering the state of the world during the summer, it was exhausting to just feel like, okay, this matters. You know, it kind of felt like, oh, great, another release that's going to just get kind of thrown out into the wild. But even that one ended up doing like, last year was probably the best it probably could have turned out for the main project. And I was surprised about that because with everything being online, with all the bands doing online promo and stuff, it's kind of like, oh god, I'm gonna get drowned out by everybody else with the bigger following and stuff. So it's kind of like,
where is that posting?
I'm blanking again. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was overwhelming. It was kind of like, it was an overwhelming situation in that, like, doing that much material over that really long period of time and having those pretty big gaps between the releases of each volume. Like, it was about like 2 months between each volume, like a good half the year we spent working on the music, because we started doing that stuff in January because we were expecting to put out our second album last year, but that's been pushed back just because we restructured a lot of things. And as far as my headspace, I was pretty burned out from doing the main project, and I figured, well, there's still no relief for indie venues. And as somebody that was laid off, and I'm not sure when I'm coming back to work at where I was, it was kind of like, okay, let's see what else we can do to push for a nice cause. And that's why that project ended up being towards Neva, because I know Chicago is really lucky in that regard. We have a really great music scene, and a lot of people that really care about these spaces, but that's not always the case with every state around, across the country. So it's kind of like, well, I was kind of looking at the bigger picture when it came to what this album can do for people. And not only do I think I achieved that within like the scope of the sonic end of things, but like just the pushing for helping out the people that really need it, that have been out of work since last year. It's just kind of that, like, what else can I do headspace more than anything. Like, can I keep pushing to to help out in any way that I can. Am I using my platform responsibly?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So while going through both of the albums, which band or artist influences pop out the most to you? If any. It could be your own sound.
I think I'm gonna be upfront. Alessandro Cortini. He's the synth the synth guy for Nine Inch Nails. He does a lot of their live tours, and he's a really big influence not only on my solo stuff, but like Nine Inch Nails as a whole is just a massive influence on me. I think I probably said that. I probably made that clear. And I really like what he does with his solo work, and I think it's something that helped me reconsider what people would like in music. I recently, over the summer, I bought one of his albums called Volume Massimo, and that was a big influence easily. It just kind of changed my mind on what you don't always have to have that like, oh, does this sound like this would get on the radio thing in mind when it comes to music. Like with my main project Vanity Contest, there's more of that regard in it. Like this is more like traditional, and the solo stuff is just really more self-indulgent, kind of like, okay, let's see how far I can push this aspect of what I like to do when I'm tooling around in a DAW and messing with different synth patches and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe these albums for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
Ambient, droney, and dense.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Interesting word choice.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hard. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you did great. It's fine. It's fine.
Better than most people. That is
really,
100% a jab.
So in the same vein as that, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want your music to invoke in your listeners? Or is it just kind of like a take it as you will?
I'm sorry, your audio cut out for a second.
Okay. Is there a certain feeling or emotion you want your listeners to take out of your music, or is it kind of like a take it as you will?
Not necessarily. I feel like with the solo stuff, it's a little more take what you want out of it. With Vanity Contest, you could argue that it's a little more like this is kind of what I'm going for with this direction. This is kind of a more like somber feeling, or this is like pretty obviously emotional and just really like kind of complex, I guess, in a way. And with the solo stuff, it's definitely more take it as you will.
Okay.
It's I personally, whatever you get out of it, as long as it connects, I don't mind,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So you did kind of talk about how your other project has some stuff in the works, but what can you tell us about whatever projects you're working on, if anything?
My god.
Spill the beans.
Oh no. Ah! Oh god damn it. Now I want to spill the beans. I can't.
Listen, I'm telling nobody if you spill the beans.
I have confirmed the EP we're working on. As of right now, it's called Rebound. It is 4 tracks long as of right now. February 8th, 3:18 p.m. Monday. It is Rebound. It is called Rebound, and it will have a target release date of April, maybe. But that's like a hard maybe. We're still kind of figuring stuff. I haven't seen my bandmate since. Oh my god, I don't even remember the last time I saw him. Like March, maybe. I think he stopped by for like a split second to say hi on my birthday, but that's about it. Yeah, that's it though. That's it. And we've been like kind of keeping in talks and stuff, and actually trying to get a photo shoot pulled together for the EP. Whenever we decide to just like, hey, this is safe, we're good. We can just sit down, go through the material if you want it, and we just kind of get everything sorted out. We do have a drummer in talks for whenever we can do shows again safely. But I'm not even realistically expecting shows this year, honestly. And the second album, it's under wraps, but for good reason.
Okay. Last time someone gave us even a ballpark release date, they completely fucked it up and released it about 2 months later. So,
the second album, it's got to stay under wraps. It's
can't keep throwing release dates out there.
Gut feeling. I can't spill anything. Not like I wouldn't even say a target release date. We've just been working on it, and that's all I can really say.
Okay.
I did a live stream the other night. Like almost nobody tuned in though, where I was playing some of the new EP material, and I was hoping that more people would show up so I could like kind of play a little bit of the new album stuff, but I can't. It's not even like I still got to do vocals, and we still got to figure out getting all the live instruments pulled together.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll happen. It'll happen. It'll be worth
it.
It'll be worth it. I keep busy enough with plenty of other stuff to, I think, fill the whole of the agonizing wait for me to drop this album. But that is like my most anticipated. Gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's fair. So for the last couple questions, we're actually gonna shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
That's fine. Yeah.
6. So we're gonna go straight to Death Row.
Boom.
What?
So we're gonna go to Death Row.
Great.
Yeah. So if you're on Death Row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Probably homemade fettuccine alfredo, and then a drink. I don't know. Wait. No. Yeah. Vanilla Barks root beer.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's good. It's
Solid.
good. It was in the AMC, the Coke freestyle things.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty kick ass.
All right.
Solid. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
it's good stuff.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
A fictional world. Did you guys see the Watchmen miniseries?
I did not.
No.
Shane?
It was great.
No.
And it was like an alternate universe as to nowadays, and I'd rather live there than here if I had the opportunity. But I'm stuck here, so I'm just making do.
So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question.
Most important.
Is it?
Most important, yes. What is your favorite color?
Oh, man. Do I only have to say one?
You can give us top 3.
One? Just one?
No, just one.
Just one.
Don't listen to me.
Just one. Can I get like some Jeopardy music or something? Some Final Jeopardy music.
Copyright.
Just saying it out of key and put like a water filter effect on it or something.
It's okay. Mine is so awful that copyright could never pick it up.
No, never. I've been really big on yellow lately, especially with the recent solo album. I use this Polaroid film, and it's like a yellow. I don't know, for the video viewers, I'll grab a couple of them right now. So I collect instant cameras and stuff like Polaroids, and the company that makes the film, the only company that still makes the actual film for the real Polaroid cameras that were refurbished and stuff. They do like special edition films, and they used to have a yellow and black monochrome film that was or duochrome, and it was badass. So I use that. There's the cover one, and I got a bunch of others that I use, and they're pretty nice. So I've been really into a bit of a yellow phase right now, and it's a nice aesthetic, and it's a look.
All right.
So probably yellow right now.
Okay.
Yellow is the best color.
It's a good color.
I agree.
Yeah. Underrated color.
Yellow's alright if it's the right shade of yellow.
Yeah, it's got to be the right shade. That's the
Yeah.
thing with yellow. It has to be the right shade. But I think even with like the darker shades that come in from like what the camera picks up, it still looks nice because it's got like these really bright clashes and stuff. If it's kind of like this, where it's like a failed shot, where it's just kind of like the flash, it looks awful. But like if it's got a nice contrast, it looks great.
Yeah.
I agree.
So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Well, I just did a solo album for Bandcamp Friday, so pick that up if you would like to hear some ambient droney stuff. It was just on the radio on yesterday. So that was cool. One of the tracks at least. And then I'm doing a cassette release, which will be my first tape release for any project. And that'll be the start of hopefully doing the rest of our stuff on tapes, at least the major releases, which would be nice. So check that out. That'll probably be out within the month. No promises. It'll probably end up dropping on another Bandcamp Friday though. And yeah, Vanity Contest on Spotify, Brady Matteson also on Spotify and everything else. That's kind of it.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us on Brady Matteson and We're the Good Noise podcast.